Hi everyone, it's Ella from Ella Web Design, and welcome to my podcast from 0 to 25K for women who want to have a better work-life balance, who wants to start and grow their business working from home. And today I have a very special guest. It's Alison Yuen. She's a copywriter for coaches and marketing strategist. So welcome, Alison.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And today we want to talk about SEO. I know it sounds very technical. It stands for Search Engine Optimization, but in fact, it helps your website to be found online easier. So, Alison, before we start, would you like to introduce yourself properly?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for having me. So I'm
Thank you
Alison.
for being with us.
Thank you. I'm a copywriter and marketing strategist. So I work with coaches and online service providers, and I really focus on helping you communicate in written form in a way that sounds authentic to you. So that could be through your emails, your website, your social media, your sales funnel, or however it is that you communicate with your audience. And the goal is to build an online audience that you resonate with, and so that you can work with people that you want to work with, and also increase your sales, your engagement, and then just build that business that's freedom led, so a business that you really love.
Yeah, beautiful. Like you need Alison. Simple as that. Okay,
Thank you.
so let's start with the subject. So SEO, what is SEO? SEO, as I mentioned before, it's search engine optimization, and it helps your website to be found online. It helps your website to rank higher in Google search. And there is few, let's say there are three main ways to increase SEO for your website. So one, it will be technical SEO. So it's everything connected to the structure, to the structure of your website, how your website is built, how fast is it, if it's optimized for mobile, and all this technical stuff. The second thing, it will be backlinks. So backlinks is when other websites link to your website. So for example, if you're a guest on somebody's podcast, or if you have a guest blog on the other website, this website will link to your website, and it will help you to be higher in the ranking of Google. And the last and the most important, in fact, way to improve your SEO, it's your content. Okay, content, so your copy on your website, which should be SEO optimized. That's why we have Alison here with us. She's the best person to go to talk about the copywriting. And I have to say that I'm really impressed because Alison's website is on the second position in Google search for keyword copywriter for coaches. So it's absolutely amazing, Alison. Well done. Amazing
Thank
job.
you.
And it's just testimonial how good she is, you know. Okie dokie. So the first question for Alison, where does SEO play a role in copywriting?
Yeah, so I agree. SEO is so important, and especially with a website, because in terms of your long-term goals, you want your website to rank on Google so then people can find you, especially your ideal clients. And it's really important to have good copywriting on your website that really speaks to your ideal clients and takes them on a journey with you. But so you're making sure that you're authentically communicating your voice, you're speaking to their pain points, their desires, and what it's like to work with you. But also at the same time, you're making sure that you're targeting specific keywords that your audience will use in terms of their search term. So making sure that you're putting that on your website.
For people who doesn't know, what is keyword?
Yes. So keywords is, so if you think about what you search on Google, whatever you type in, so that's a search keyword. So for example, if I am looking for a health coach, then what sort of things would I put in Google to look for a health coach? Or maybe I am just researching the different kinds of coaching programs. So what is it that I would put in on Google? So that term itself is a keyword, and there's a strategy around what kind of keywords you target and where to put it on your website too.
Yeah, it's crucial, to be honest. Okay, so why do we need SEO? Yeah, we want that our website will be found on Google, and I think it's excuse me, it's very important because we will get some traffic from social media, we'll get some traffic, some clients from referrals, but also there's still loads of people who are just searching for Google, and people underestimate how many people are searching for services for Google, and they are just leaving money on the table, because once SEO is done, they're coming on autopilot, like they are coming in the background. You don't have to do nothing. Like, you do the work at the beginning, you have this SEO optimized copy on your website that attract all your ideal clients. And what is good, because of this keyword, you're attracting really your clients, your ideal clients. So clients who are actively looking for your services. So they are the warm leads. So if your website is not SEO optimized, you're just leaving money on the table. So that's why it's so important. Now, how to find the keywords?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. Yeah, that's a good question. And the first thing that I recommend is to do market research. So it may sound like it's not linked, but it really is linked. So when you do market research and when you speak to your ideal clients, so you're talking about people that you want to serve, people that you can help. When you listen and pay attention to the words they say, and once you start talking to enough ideal clients as part of your market research, you will notice a trend. Like, there will be certain phrases that people keep saying over and over again. And then I recommend making a list of keywords that you think that people are searching based on your market research. So then at least you have a list already, and then you can verify that through using, so there are SEO research tools online that you can use. So for example, there's one called Ahrefs, and then you can use their keyword tool and then put in those keywords that you've made, the list of keywords that you've made, and then you can start doing research based on that. But taking a step back, and what I like to do, so it's very basic, but for example, if you're a coach and you serve, if you're a coach for lawyers, for example, and then in your market research you found that people are always saying, I feel burnt out, I'm working long hours, I need a coach specifically who can help me because I'm a lawyer. So you can pick out those keywords and you can actually put it into Google itself. So if you put into Google coach for lawyers, so that's a keyword itself, and just look at what comes up, like what kind of pages rank on page 1 of Google, because that will also help you with the search intent, which is really important, because you want to make sure that whatever keywords you are targeting, the intent is right. So what I mean by that is
intent.
People can search the keywords and they can be in research mode or they can be in buying mode. So based on the research, when you do your keyword research, you will know if it's research mode or buying mode. Because, for example, if you Google, let's say myself as an example, if you Google copywriting for coaches, and then what you see on Google is it's all copywriters, like people are selling. Like when you land on my website, it's clear that I am selling you a service, and that ranks on Google. And then when you look at what the other things that rank on Google, it's clear that whoever is searching for copywriting for coaches, they are ready to buy. But then if you search another term, such as copywriting versus content writing, and that is something that will come up during market research as well when people say those terms. But then if you put that in Google, you will actually see the intent. It's not what shows up, it's more informational content. So it's like blog posts, it's podcast episodes. It's not really people's websites where they are selling you a service. It's content that is educational. So if you target copywriting copywriting and content writing, like as a keyword itself, people searching that on Google, they are in research mode. So whatever you post on your website, it needs to align with that search intent. So just browsing Google alone is really helpful, but also using specific keyword research tools, which have a breakdown, or they have a full breakdown of data on like how hard it is to rank for a specific keyword, what are the top websites.
I think, you know, most of the people, sorry, Alisa, most of the people, you know, thinking about the short keywords like copywriter for coaches, right? But it will be very hard. There is lots of copywriters who like bid for the same keyword. So it will be very hard to position yourself high with this keyword. And you have to remember that there are people who know that they need a copywriter, and they will put copywriter for coaches in the search bar. But there is also a lot of people who doesn't know that they should look for copywriter, right? They have a problem. I don't have clients, or how to increase traffic to my website. And they will put, so they have a problem or they have a question, and they put the question or the problem. So it will be long keyword. And then they can go to your educational, like to blogs, to podcasts and so on. But this way they will land on your website.
Yeah.
This way they will land on your website and they can find out about your services. So it's very important to target both. So the short ones and the long ones. And to be honest, the long ones, in my opinion, because they are so specific, you attract really your ideal clients, and it's also easier to rank higher.
Exactly. And there's actually data to prove that the longer keywords, so I say longer keywords, like between three words to 5 words, or even potentially more, so the volume is less, so there's not as many people searching for those keywords, but it, like, that's not so important because the conversion rate is a lot higher than a short tail keyword. So short tail keyword, I'd say like 1 or 2 words, where a lot of people are searching it, but then the actual conversion rate is a lot lower. So I think definitely targeting long tail keywords, but also keeping in mind short tail keywords as well.
Both,
so
just to address both of them.
Exactly.
And going back to market research, because it's easy to say market research, but how exactly should you start your market research? How exactly you should do? You should talk to people by phone, or I don't know, you should send them a survey. How do you do it?
So I always recommend jumping on to a Zoom call, so you can record it. I recommend that, because at the beginning I was sending out surveys and they were okay, but in terms of the quality of the market research itself, I found that the responses that I was getting, like, I could ask further questions based on that. So that's why I recommend jumping on a call, whether it's a video call or a telephone call. It doesn't matter, but as long as you can record it and play it back.
Sorry, can you record the telephone call?
I think some people can, but I prefer Zoom call. I highly recommend Zoom video call, so you can see them and build that connection and record it as well. But I know there are people who do like telephone market research calls, but I recommend Zoom. I think with video it's a lot better, and you can build that connection as well, because then you can also play back the Zoom
and write down exactly what they said, exactly the we're using.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
And for example, when you're working for a client and you're preparing the copy for them, so do you get the contact details from them? They are their past clients, or how it looks like?
So what I always say to them is, I can interview up to like 2 or 3 of your existing clients. If it's somebody who is new to business and they haven't signed on any clients yet, like, that's fine as well. If they tell me that who are their ideal clients, it could be somebody that is within their circle but not an existing client, that's fine as well, and I can interview them, because I think it's also sometimes people don't want to do the interviews themselves, so it's easy to get somebody else to do it.
Awkward.
So then I can just I'll do the interview, and then I can pick out the insights and keywords from that. So,
and for you also it's easier because you already has experience, you know how to talk to people, and you know what information you are looking for. And sometimes
Exactly.
when somebody is doing like I would do with, you know, with my clients, I wouldn't know what to ask for, to be honest. Okay, and do you have any recommendation regarding the keyword search tools?
Yes, so there's one that I really like, and it's called Ahrefs. So it's Ahrefs. So they are one of the leading keyword search providers. And what I really like about them is they make it really simple. Like they have a lot of tools on the website, but also the supporting resources. Like I find like even if you just look at their free resources on their blog, you can learn so much about SEO from them. And that's actually how I started to learn about SEO. Like when I had a travel blog, like even before I started my business, so like back in 2017, I had so much time, I had so much time then. So I had a travel blog and I was looking into SEO, and I learned a lot of the SEO techniques, and they just break it down so easily. They have videos, articles, and it just explains the process and the research process, very user friendly as well. And there's a lot of data that you can take from their reports, and there's also just different tools such as, you know, I think they've got one called a content explorer where you can put in a keyword and then they make suggestions on what kind of content would be good to post and help you rank for Google. But yeah, there's so much on there. And even the free tools are good, but what I was using is the paid version because you just get so much more data. So yeah, I recommend that one, but there's quite a lot of
I will leave
ones.
the link in the description of this podcast. Another one, I know there is keyword search, Google keyword search tool. It used to be free. Right now you have to, it's still free, but you have to give your credit card details first to use it, because it's connected with advertising on Google. So that's why they want to have your card first, and then you can use their keyword search tool. Another one, Ubersuggest.
Yeah, that's good as well. I've used that.
Which is quite popular as well. What else? Yeah, I think they are the main ones. So I will leave the link in the description so you can check them out. Now, so we have done in our market research, we have our keywords, where we should put them. Where is the best place to put them?
Yeah, so I recommend, okay, so the first thing that's really important to note is not to stuff your keywords. Like, yes, you have keywords, but don't go overboard. So I normally recommend like 1 to 2% keyword density. So for example, if you have 100 words on your website on that page, then aim for like 1 or 2 keywords. If you have like 500 words, aim for about 5. If you have 1,000 words, aim for no more than 10. And then you want to make sure you put it in the title tags, so the headline of the copy, and also like the opening paragraph as well. So if you put like 1 or 2 there, I mean, depending on how long the text is, but usually in the opening paragraph. And also if you're making use of subtitles, you can also, that's a good way to incorporate some keywords. And also if you're using images, and you can rename the images and include a keyword on there, but only if it's relevant.
Yeah, if it's relevant.
Yeah,
because
if it's relevant.
if somebody is searching Google through images, you can search all, or you can search only for images. You will have the, you know, the title of the picture. And so when somebody is reading the title of the picture and the picture doesn't correspond, it's like, no.
Exactly. As long, yeah, everything has to be relevant. And even with the keywords, when you put it on your website, it has to read and flow. Like it has to read correctly, and it has to flow. Like it has to make sense. Otherwise, Google's not going to like it, because then they're going to see it and think, okay, this is just like stuffing keywords. You're just trying to, like, they want good quality content on there. So it's important.
And Google is really getting smarter and smarter.
Yeah,
so you cannot cheat. And that's why it's so difficult, because you have to write for people and you have to write for the robots as well.
Exactly.
So it's very
difficult. Exactly. And I always say, like, never force it. Like, don't force, for example, if you found a really good keyword, but then it doesn't make sense in your context, then don't force it. like you always have to keep in mind, write for humans, not robots.
Yeah, yeah. And what is the good way, you know, to increase the content of your website? It's just to have the blog as well.
Yeah,
Because, yeah, in the blog you can answer people questions. So this is what people will be
exactly.
searching. The blog is a perfect place for the long keywords, to use the long keywords.
Yeah, it is actually, it is. And then because at the beginning we were speaking about and also search intent, so there's people in research mode and also people in buying mode, and I think a blog is a great opportunity to target long tail keywords and also people in the research mode. So for example, they want to learn more about for example, they want to learn more about coaching, they want to learn like how it can help them, but they aren't at the stage that they aren't at the stage where they're ready to buy. They just want to learn a bit more about it. But so if you have a blog and then you have certain articles which target those kind of readers, people who are in the research mode, it helps to establish that trust as well, because you're demonstrating your expertise, and then you're more likely to convert them. Like if they like what they read and then they realize, oh, actually I really do need to work with a coach, and then I've read your blog post and it was really helpful, then they're more likely to buy from you as well. So
yeah, I think this is the keyword, helpful. So don't just put content for the sake of putting the content, for the sake of having a blog, but just make sure that every blog you write, it really helps to answer the people questions, that it's
yeah.
really fully explained. Alison, do you have any recommendation how long should be the blog? How many
Oh,
words?
so
Is it better opt for shorter or longer?
So what I've noticed is what ranks on Google is usually the longer form content, so like around 1,000 words. And so with my current website, so I don't actually have a blog right now, but when I did have a travel blog, when I was writing content for like around 1,000 words plus, those content, they ranked a lot higher on Google than shorter form. So yes, I'd say definitely longer form, based on me testing. Longer form seems to work better, but also that's not to say that you won't rank for shorter form. So you can still, as long as it's valuable and people are getting value from it, then it's fine. And as long as you are targeting the right kind of keywords and making use of that, then it's okay. But yeah, what I've noticed is definitely a lot more longer form articles making it to like page one.
Perfect. And the beauty of the blog for me is that you don't have to promote it. It's enough that you know it has these keywords, and the people will find it themselves. So this is the beauty. Once you will do the job, you don't have to promote it. The people will be attracted to it. No.
Exactly.
Okay. Very last question, because we're short on time. We should finish now. What I wanted to ask you, lots of people has podcast and YouTube channel, because there are the other search engines, in fact. So a lot of people has putting the videos on YouTube or have a podcast. How can Google read the podcast and videos, or not yet? So or it's better to stick to written form to blog.
I think you can embed videos and embed the podcast player into a blog post. So that also works, because there are keywords on there. But I would also always recommend, if you're doing that, so if you're embedding videos and a podcast player, also have some text as well. I'd say at least 300 words. I think that is the Google recommendation. So at least 300 words.
Like a description of the podcast, for example.
Yeah, exactly. You can just do like a short summary of the podcast. You can do have a little bio about the guest, or some a short summary. As long as there is some text there, then it's okay.
Yeah, because I think it's very handy for people who doesn't like to write. Like me.
Yeah,
I'm very bad with writing. It takes me ages. Like I'm looking at the blank screen and what word I should start with.
Yeah, like you can definitely make use of video and audio and input that on your website, and just as long as you have like a short amount of text, so then Google can also, the Google bots can scan that and then can rank for that, and you can put in the keywords there too. So
perfect. Alison, so we have to finish. Thank you very much. If you have any more questions regarding SEO for coaches, you can email me, ella@ellawebdesign.ie, or you can go directly to Alison's website, which is brand new and beautiful. You have to check it. I will leave the link below. Alison, where to find you? Okay, I mentioned the website, but where are you?
Yeah, so I'm very active on Instagram, so you can follow me at Alison Copywriting, or you can find me on LinkedIn as well. And yeah, those are the two places that I hang out.
Perfect. I will leave in the description. And also, you have a freebie for us. Can you tell me? Can you tell us about your freebie?
Yeah, so I've put together a guide on how to write a website that can convert. So that's from a copywriting standpoint, and then there's a short section on SEO as well. So if you're looking to put together your website but you're not too sure where to begin, then that guide will be really helpful because it will guide you through the process and what to consider.
It will be very helpful. I will download it today. Alison, so thank you once again very much for your time. I really appreciate it that you spend it with us. And thank you very much for watching. This is Ela Shumlas, and have a great week. And I will talk to you next week as well. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.